Hello, my people. Welcome to the Let's Be Clear radio show.
What up? What up?
Live here on all platforms that we are affiliated with. And this is Let's Be Clear meets Behind the Enemy Lines, like we always do, because we always got something to say. I got my brother in the house, Wiz. That's him right here. And then we got EBE. Miss EBE is in the place. She needs to move over a little bit more. We gotta, if y'all gotta sit on each other's laps because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. But we're gonna talk about it and make it quick because we're not gonna be on here long and taking up too much of y'all time.
Free Wiz, please. Free.
No, Wiz is not gonna be free because Wiz got his own podcast called Behind Enemy Lines that he does with the gatekeeper, and they always have interesting topics. And for some reason, whenever they have a topic, I feel like I need to bring him here and let him join in our conversation because we always got something to say behind their topics. However, let's start off with two topics that I wanted to talk about today and just get it out the way. And the first one is the mayor of the city. Um, Always knew he was a crook. I don't know how many people feel or believe that to be true, but I remember before he became the Brooklyn borough president, he was down with corrections, right? Am I right or wrong?
No, he's a police officer.
He was a police officer, then he was the president of corrections, right?
I'm not
He
sure.
was the president of the Union for Corrections, if I'm not mistaken. However, I recall the Brooklyn borough president before him was a guy called Marty Markovich. And Marty Markovich used to do a lot of things for Brooklyn. He also had these concerts at Wingate Park that I used to attend to. And Marty had concerts every Monday and Thursday night. He had it in the summertime in Brooklyn. And he had some of the top notch acts that they had out. I mean, he had everybody from the OJs to LL Cool J to uh I'm sorry, till what's his name? Shaka Khan, everybody. And I remember going to one of the shows and LL Cool J just shut Brooklyn down. However, there was always money for that, right? Then here comes Eric Adams and he becomes the Brooklyn borough president. There's no money now. So how do it goes from being money to promote these concerts and have people, in the summertime have something to look forward to, where he was just doing maybe one or two a year. We talking about the whole summer. We used to go out to Brooklyn. I used to travel from Mount Vernon to go to the Brooklyn just to check out these concerts. And then all of a sudden now there's no money for that. So where did the money go? How do we go from having money to not having anything? All right, so move fast forward to him being the mayor, and I think what happened was a lot of that stuff that happened when he was Brooklyn borough president. I don't think all of these things, these allegations are coming up because he's the mayor or it happened while he was the mayor. I think it happened when he was the Brooklyn borough president. And just like what do they call it? The Roosters coming home to, what do they call it? The Roosters?
Coming home to bro.
Yeah. So that's just a part of that. And and like they say, innocent until proven guilty. But and a lot of people say that, and I'm going to get to that with the Diddy situation. The federal government is not going to come after anybody unless they have concrete evidence because they're not going to waste their time. They're not going to waste their money. They're not going to do none of that. If you got the FBI and Homeland Security, that's a lot of money involved. So they're not coming after you unless they have concrete evidence. So we're going to give Mayor Adams his just due in court, and that's going to be it. And when he's found guilty, whatever happens to him happens to him. Because I believe deep down undercover, he's a crook. So now we're going to skip past that and we're going to get to the Diddy situation because I haven't been on here in a while, so I wasn't able to talk about the Diddy situation. But that's another thing where that says the rooster's coming home to crow or whatever that term that they use. Everybody knows, and everybody has their own opinion. My opinion is from growing up in the hip hop era in the 90s when he came on the scene and how he got on the scene and all of that stuff, he's always been that person that wasn't for the people. Alexa says she's not sure. I'm all right.
She's not even trying to touch the baby oil.
I'm not even. She
Alexa's
don't even.
not trying to touch the baby oil.
Nah. So, like a lot of those allegations that came out about his parties and stuff like that. I remember Puffy used to have these big all-white parties in Cancun, at the Jazz Fest, and everywhere. And you can't tell me that this stuff has just started happening. That shit's been happening for years. And my take on the whole situation is he did it, and I believe he was doing it until he got caught. I don't believe that that's something that he stopped doing after him and Cassie broke up. He was continuously doing those things, and it finally caught up to him because everybody's been talking about this for years. So how is it that everybody that's been saying certain things, like I always believe if one person tell you that it's raining outside, you look outside before you go outside to see if it's raining or not. But if 3 or 4 people tell you that it's raining outside, chances are you need an umbrella. Right or wrong? I mean, that's just.
Well, to me, if they say if it's baby oils on sale for $3.99.
We didn't get to the baby oil yet. Why you on the baby oil right now? We gonna get to the baby oil and your actions with the baby oil. We know you use baby oil past, present, and probably future, but we didn't get to that yet. Let's stick to the topic at hand before we get to you. It's not about you right now. It's about Diddy. I got some in them. I got some in there. It ain't got no ecstasy in it, but it got some. I got some baby oil. I got the creamy baby oil, the nice creamy one that makes you look real good. But anyway, so for years they've been saying this about this brother, and Wendy Williams came out and said it, and a lot of people were saying that Jaguar White, right, that she's crazy. I believe she's a little touched. But it's funny how a lot of the things that she was saying, now we find out that these are true. So if she's crazy and she's lying and she's putting out false narrative, Cat Williams, he was like, no, what really broke the camel's back is when Cat Williams was on Club Shay Shay in January, and he said all things will be exposed in 2024. He never lied. Because a lot of people got exposed. There's going to be names that be named that we're going to be like, oh shit, we didn't know they was down like that. There's a lot of people down like that at Diddy's party.
I'm off safe from Diddy's party.
And my whole thing is, and like I was telling you guys earlier, what's the difference between Hugh Hefner and Diddy? And like they said, the violence. What Diddy did when he drugged people and he massaged them with that baby oil that Wiz like, that special baby oil. When he was massaging them with that was making them like not conscious of what they was doing. Don't listen to the music and don't listen to Wiz. Wiz is crazy. So you wasn't doing thing at free will. These people wasn't willing for some of them. Let me get this straight. Some of them that did go there, because if everybody's been talking about this, you knew what was going on. So you went there willingly, whether you wanted a record deal, whether you wanted to be in the limelight, whatever you wanted, or whether you wanted to get assaulted. I don't know what people's mindset was, but you went there knowing that these things was happening. And I mean, what else can you say about that? You can't say too much about it. Absolutely. And I'm not gonna say that everybody was a willing participant, because some people probably, because he was allegedly, let's say allegedly, that he was using these videos against people to keep them doing those things, because if they went there and with the perception that they were going to get record deals and all of that stuff, and he was videotaping them and compromising positions and using it against them to have them keep doing these things in order to sign them onto a deal. And some of them never even got deals. They got strung out on drugs and strung out at to the point where all they wanted to do was be at these parties. They were, you know, I say give Diddy the same energy that they give R. Kelly. They need to give him the same energy because he deserved the same thing. R. Kelly's in jail for 30 plus years. I think Diddy, because they said the shit that he's done, and once it all comes out, it's going to be worse than what he did, worse than what Kells did. So give them both the same energy. Like they stop playing, or certain DJs don't play R. Kelly music. Why y'all still playing bad boy music? Because Bad Boy ruled the '90s. You can't play anything from the '90s unless it's attached to Bad Boy Entertainment. Every song in the '90s, from the late '80s to the early '90s and beyond, it has everything to do with Bad Boy. So what do? Clear out all the music catalog. So if you can't do that, then why these people are not playing R. Kelly's music? And they say, "Oh, R. Kelly did that to young kids." Did he? Did it to young kids too? Look what he did to Justin Bieber. So anybody that don't think that Diddy did that to Justin Bieber, they must be living on a different planet. Because everything that happened to Justin Bieber was because he started hanging out with Diddy when he was 13, 14 years old. Forget about everybody else that's adults and that went there willingly and went there with the perception of getting a record deal and all of that stuff. What about this kid? And I'm not knocking anything. A victim is a victim. But I saw firsthand what happened to that boy because I was a fan of Justin Bieber. I liked Justin Bieber.
I'm starting to wonder if Diddy was a victim himself.
Well, they say that his mother was like that. I don't know. Allegedly, his mother was like doing things to them or whatever. I don't know. But he also has a sister. Why his sister? Why you never hear anything about his sister?
Oh, he has a sister.
Yeah, he
He
has
was
a
the only
sister.
child.
Yeah, he has a sister. He has a sister. That was it. It was just two of them. So I seen from the time that Justin Bieber started hanging around Diddy, and then there were times when Justin Bieber was around him, but it looked like he was scared. You know what I'm saying? I feel bad for everybody that was involved in that, and like I said, the federal government is not going to waste their time, their energy, and their money because to have all these the DEA and Homeland Security and all those people coming to your house and doing all of that, they have they don't they was looking for extra. They already had what they needed, but they needed something to seal that deal, and they found it in his house. This man had 100 bottles of baby oil. No, not 100, 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lube. Did y'all see the pictures of all the man like two
I didn't see that.
he
No, I
I
didn't
heard
see it.
about
yo
it. You
he
saw it?
had yes, there's a picture of a whole big thing full of man parts like toys that
Oh, I
like
didn't see that.
dildos.
Girls on the wall.
So
Still.
what do you think was going on there? It was a lot. It was a lot of shit
Well,
going
wait.
on there.
Let's just be clear. This is all allegations. We don't have no proof.
Nah, I totally. And you can never be 100% of nothing. I 100% believe that he is guilty. All right, I'm gonna say 99.999% because 100, that's like he did that. Because okay, if he didn't do it, right? Let's start off with what happened, right? What happened was, like I said, all of this shit's been going on for years, and everybody know that because all the participants that went to his party, the only person that I ever heard say they never, well, there was a couple of people, but Denzel Washington said, yes, I went to the party, but I left before the devil showed up. So he already knew something was going on there. So they said there was a party, which probably started like around 7 o'clock to like 11 o'clock. From 11, that was the party. From 11 to 3 was the after party, and then there was an after party. That's when all the police came out at night. So there was three parties in one. And a lot of people always said that these things about him. So if none of it is true, how many people you came, like everybody that was at those parties, like the DJ Khaled's, the Jay Z, the Beyonce's, the Alicia Keys, the Busta Rhymes, who Busta Rhymes was his best friend at one point. They was when they made Pastor Cavassier, they was claiming that they were best friends. Where are all these people now? Why nobody except for crackhead Ray J is saying something? Because we all know Ray J's a cokehead. He's a big cokehead. So why nobody has come to his defense?
I think everybody's scared.
Scared of what? What are you scared of?
Be implicated into it.
Okay, first of all, what's gonna happen when they bring him to trial? And I pray to God that the Southern District of New York City calls me to be jury duty on that time. I'd be praying for cases like this. But what's gonna happen when he go to trial? Everybody that was at that party, whether they was at the after party or they was just at the regular party, they're gonna have to testify of what they seen. They're gonna bring all of them. Oh, we talking about Diddy. Yes, we talking about Diddy. Of course we talking about Diddy. Ain't nothing else to talk about right now besides him and the mayor. How you doing? That's Sisterhood Radio.
What up?
La Rock.
What up, LaRock?
Yeah, so now and like everybody's been saying, um what happened was they was okay with it until he bit off the hand that fed him. So when he had that big deal with the liquor company, and he decided that he wanted to be a little bit more greedier because he was the face behind that Deleon. A lot of people thought he was Deleon. He was what is that, Ciroc and all those other. It wasn't him. There was a company behind that. He was just the face. They used him because they knew that he was the people's person and that everybody loved him. So why not get him to do this work for us and pay him? But he wanted more money. So he sued them. Right after he sued them, I think it was August or September of 2023, he sued them
Well, what did he sue him for? Because
for money.
I was told, and I could be wrong, but I was told it had something to do with not he felt like they didn't do proper advertisement for him.
He
like
wasn't no. Listen
to
to
promote
no.
the liquor.
What happened was they hired him. He was supposed to do all of that, and he was supposed to be the face behind all of that. But he was using his artists to do that. He was getting paid to do it, but he wasn't giving them any money. That's why a lot of people came out suing him, because he was supposed to be marketing all of that stuff, and he wasn't marketing. He was having his artists mark that. They was doing that for him, allegedly. Let me say allegedly because I don't know everything. But then, so once he sued them, that's when all the chips fell out for him, because all the allegations about what he did to Cassie and all of that stuff that came out, he got up there and said he lied to everybody and said he never did nothing. When Cassie sued him, less than 24 hours he settled out of court. His lawyer said the reason why he settled is because he didn't want to go through the litigations and all of that stuff. He settled because he was guilty.
Well, my question is, how is that going to be submissible in court when it was a settlement?
But
they signed. They got lawyers
this is
involved.
what happened.
They signed documents.
This is what happened.
So how?
What happened was when he settled, remember he lied and said he didn't do all of this stuff.
True.
Settled out of court in less than 24 hours. Less than 2 months, 3 months later, that video came out. That video came out with him beating her. So all the allegations that she put against him was there. It was right there in that video. So now we don't have, because and even though that the document that they signed was supposed to be a sealed document, but when it came into human trafficking and drugs and all of that stuff, that's where the U.S. government draws the line.
Mm-hmm.
So Now you're being implicated of sex trafficking and racketeering because he used his companies, Sean John and whatever, to do all of this, to promote all of this stuff that he was doing. So you went from saying how you didn't do none of this stuff to the video coming out. Now you're apologizing because you was at a dark space in your life and you like all that was cap. That was all bullshit. He was still hiding something then. So that apology meant nothing because before the apology was a lie. So if he gets caught, and like I said, the government is not coming after you unless they had that video. That video that came out, I don't know who put the video out, but that was enough to seal a deal with coming after him. And all the allegations that everybody else was saying. So now you got that, and
You got the claims too. People can put in claims.
yes, and they have this one lawyer from Texas that got 150 clients. 50 of the clients are minors. So my thing is this: how is it that anybody can even say that none of this is true? The government, they made that up?
Well, they're not gonna look stupid, so they
So
definitely have some.
that's why they took their time and what they was doing so that they can gather up all this information. And they talking. There's a videotape. I'm dying to see this videotape. There's a videotape going around of him and some big wig in the entertainment business from California, or not California, from Hollywood. He's not a rapper, not a singer, but he's in entertainment. There's a video of him and Diddy having sex, and they trying to sell it on the black market.
What?
So again, if none of this is true, why is all of this happening? And these are years of allegations. Years of allegations. And like they said, the only thing that separates him from Hugh Hefner is that he was violent. Like he was violent. He was threatening people. He was like Big Red Records. He was really, I mean, allegedly, because they can't come sue me because all I got is a sink full of goat. I'm gonna cook some curry goat tomorrow. So that's all they're gonna get. But I'm just saying, like, if none of this is real, why are all these people and I'm not gonna say some people are not lying just for a payday. But the people that are not lying, the people, you know who's not lying? The people that's afraid to tell their story. Now, Cassie, I believe, like you don't hear Usher telling the truth because something did happen to Usher too. You don't hear, you don't hear. That's what I'm saying. You don't hear Usher saying anything. You don't even hear Justin Bieber. Like Justin Bieber, like he talks, but he talks in riddles. Because those drugs, remember a couple of years ago when his face went numb and he couldn't move one side of his face? That's all the drugs that they gave this kid.
We had to cancel the show.
Yeah, it's crazy. So if none of this is true, what happened to all of these people?
I believe something happened. The whole thing about it is,
Yeah, I do, but Red said some of it is a money grab. I do believe that. I'm not saying everybody that's alleged, because I can say, you know what, I'm traumatized by the whole situation. I'm gonna sue him because I'm tired of hearing it on social media. And probably get a lawyer dumb enough to take my case. Some of it people are lying, but a lot of this stuff, I'm telling you from what I know from people that used to be down with Uptown Records, people that used to be down with Mary J. Like I know people that was backup dancers for Mary J. when she was with Casey and Case. You know, I know people, and I sat around a bonfire one night and they told their stories. These are just regular schmegular dancers that used to do backup dances for Whitney Houston, Mary J. Blige, Bobby Brown, all this. And I sat around and I listened to some of the stories that they told. And that was the first time I ever found out that Mary was a cokehead.
She's not saying anything either. She
She's
hasn't
not saying
spoken.
nothing either because
No.
I think there's gonna be a lot of names on this. When this lawyer brings out this list, there's gonna be a lot of names on that list. And some of us might be surprised, but a lot of them shits ain't gonna surprise me. A lot of them ain't gonna surprise me. And like they said, Jaguar White, she might be crazy as five motherfuckers. But here's the thing: a lot of shit that she said was true. And if what she says about Jay-Z, then he's the next one. But then again, we was talking at work the other day, and I was saying, you know what, Jay-Z maybe not, because Jay-Z is smarter than Puffy is. Because if there's any videos with Jay-Z in it, they came from Puffy's house, right? You ain't gonna see no videos that Jay-Z have in his possession of himself. Jay-Z got the white community behind him. Jay-Z is a part of the NFL. That's a brand. That's a brand by itself.
Wait, so you saying that he might not have
He
video of Jay-Z?
no.
If he
What
was
I'm
there?
saying is, if there's any videos of Jay-Z in any compromising position, it's in the hands of the federal government that they seize from Diddy's house.
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z's not stupid enough to record and do videos on himself. I don't believe so.
Well, they said a lot of these people didn't even know they was being recorded.
A lot of them didn't, because a lot of times when they was going to these parties, what happened? First of all, even if you was a big time, a big celeb, you wasn't even allowed to bring your own security in. They had security there. That's the only security they had there. And they had lockers where you had to lock up your phone. Allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
So if all of that was happening, then I mean, he gonna have his day in court. And my thing is this: for them to do what they did, how they did it, and from my understanding, the reason why, because he was in New York to turn himself in, and he was supposed to turn himself in on a Tuesday, and they went to his hotel and they grabbed him out of the hotel lobby on a Monday because they wanted it to seem to the judge that he might have been a flight risk, so they arrested him a day before, and he ain't got no bail.
But I think he requested.
He requested and they didn't even. I mean, how do you request your own bail? How does that happen? This dude thought that he was more powerful than anything alive.
Well, they changed the judge now, so we don't know.
So that Indian guy, you think that Indian guy gonna give him bail? That Indian guy don't look like he's gonna do nothing. Well, if he do, you know what? Let him come home until he get his day in court. But he can't go nowhere. He's still gonna be locked up, but he's just not gonna be locked up in the worst prison they say in the United
From
States.
my understanding, they said the lawyers are saying that he needs to be out. They need him out in order to fight this case.
Why? When they said allegedly that he was calling potential witnesses and victims and threatening them and trying to pay them off not to tell on them. That's why they didn't let him out. That's why the second judge, not even the first judge, the second judge was the one that really denied the bail because she or he or whatever said he was too violent and that he was contacting victims and witnesses to tell them not to testify against them, holding shit against them still, while you in the midst of all of this. I mean, you know what they say, innocent until proven guilty. So if he's innocent, then he'll just have to have his day in court. But like I said, I'm 99.99%.
How many heads is actually gonna roll behind this?
It's gonna be a lot, unless they're protected by the other people, the other color people, because they protect their own, and some of them are not gonna want to be implicated. So they're gonna protect who they need to protect. Like they said, they gave us Diddy, but Diddy ain't gonna go down by himself, because even if some of those videos don't implicate others, I honestly believe he's gonna start telling on people.
Well, I think they said some of the videos as well with they said minors, that some of these stars or whoever, they were interacting with these kids as well. So I don't know. I would think that those ones are gonna have. They're gonna go. They have
Oh
to
yeah,
gonna roll
it's
because
a lot of
Yeah, it's
people.
crazy.
It's
they
going to
were
be a lot of
minors.
people. There's going to be politician, NFL, NBA, boxing, radio personality, TV personality. Everybody, everybody that was involved is going to have to take accountability for their actions if they was there, if they participate. Because just because you was there don't mean you were a participant. But if there's any videos, because they seized a lot of videos.
I think it's more so of them participating in touching minors. But if you were there and you participated in the
And the
activities,
freak
in
offs,
the
that's
freak,
your
that's
own
your
freaky business.
that's your choice because some of these stars also continue to show up and come and show out.
And they knew what was going
so
on.
they knew, yes.
So they were willing participants.
They were.
It was this one girl, I don't know how true, allegedly, she does this thing on TikTok. She said that they used to put them on like say the wheel that they have, the wheel of fortune. They used to put them up there and spin the wheel, and whatever it landed on, they had to perform those acts on people. So allegedly, if those things are true, what kind of shit was going on at these parties? What kind of party was? I would have liked to have been there though,
And then what
just
about
to see.
what about the tunnels that they talk
Yeah, that
about?
tunnel that went
That
from
went
his
from
house
his
to another.
house,
They said it was he
supposedly.
had two houses out there, and one tunnel went to his house. The tunnel they went what is it, the Homeland Security went in there again, and they seen like his I think his sister was at the house, and she wouldn't let them in, and they found these tunnels and oh, it was a lot of shit going on. But
Yeah, turn on top of the top.
that's it, yo. You know, first the Fat Boys break up, now this Diddy going down. And I've been saying it for a long time. Like when all of these allegations started coming out, I was like, yo, they gonna get him. And people were arguing me down. Nah, they ain't gonna get him. Yo, he too this, he too that, he too this. You're never too big or you're not bigger than God. So anybody out there that think they are, just know all the evil that you do will eventually come back on you 10 times. I'm not wishing that on you. That's just something that happens. That's God's work. Everything that's doing is in God's speed. So if you think you're getting away with harming little kids and doing this and doing that and having all these freak offs and you got all kinds of shit going on, eventually all that shit is gonna stop. What are you gonna do then? That's my take on it. What y'all got to say? What you got to say, Wiz, before we get on your case and your show from today?
Wait, hold on. I'm ready for the smoke. I'm ready for the smoke.
You ready for the smoke?
I'm ready for the smoke.
Oh, okay.
I'm ready for the smoke.
So where's Gate? Gate was up here earlier. I don't know if he's still around. However, so
What up, Gate?
Wiz and the Gatekeeper
That's right.
had their show today earlier at 5 o'clock. They're on IXS Radio from 5 to 7, and the name of their podcast is called Behind Enemy Lines.
That's right.
So me and my girl Yvonne here, we had chimed in because they were saying a bunch of they usually say things that to me and Yvonne don't make no sense. And today was one of the
Hold on. Wait, hold on. Go ahead.
No, you asking me to hold on. Maybe you have something to say.
So no. I'm saying.
I said to me and Yvonne, not to the world, but to me and Yvonne, some of the things that y'all say don't make sense.
Like what? Okay.
Like the first thing you said, like, okay, well, this is all about what was the topic? Because I don't even know what the topic was. I was just so antsy to chime in on what you guys were saying about women and men, and what was the topic? Let's start with that one.
Clock. Are you a first pick? Are you happy single? Or you're not someone's first pick?
So y'all was talking about side pieces and stuff like that, right? So my whole thing with it was
Happy feet. Okay.
what happy feet? What are you talking about? Happy
We
feet?
talked about the happy feet. That's the wild card. But go ahead.
No, we're not talking about the wild card. We're talking about what led up to us calling in because we were agitated by what you guys were saying.
What did
So
we say?
what did y'all
I was
say
just saying the whole
was
thing that we was doing.
was
Go ahead.
y'all was trying to blame women
We didn't blame
for
them.
yeah, no, you was trying
No.
to okay, y'all wasn't blaming all women, but y'all was saying that women has to take accountability for their actions in those situations.
Because we'll take accountability. We said we
No,
take
y'all
accountability.
not. You're not taking accountability for your actions if you're lying.
You said we lie. We never said
No, no,
men
no.
don't lie.
And my whole
But we
thing
were
is,
saying women lie too.
I'm not saying that they don't, but how we got to calling in is because it was some bogus bullshit that we heard about women and taking accountability for being side pieces because this, that, and the third. My whole thing is this, right? If a woman gets with a man,
Mm-hmm.
and usually women are the bait
Uh-huh.
because there's not too many. Well, nowadays, this new generation where they have women asking men to get married and stuff like that. I don't know what kind of generation that is, but that's neither here or there. But usually, women are the bait.
Because I think it should be.
Women are
It
the
could
bait.
be. I wouldn't say it
So
wouldn't be.
what happens is the man pursues the woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a man and you know that you're married, or even not even married, if you have somebody else that you're in a relationship with, why are you dating another woman? That's the first question. The second question is, you're married, right? And this is when I say men lie, because you can be a whole married man, right? And you meet a woman that you're interested in. You don't tell her you're married until she's already interested in you, because some men don't do that. Some men are not. They're not gonna say they're not gonna say I'm married. They're gonna say I'm in a situation. What is a situation?
Women say that same thing too.
I'm not saying that we don't. We're not talking about women right now. We're talking about men. That's what we at right
now.
now.
Say both.
But we're gonna get to the both parts, okay?
Because I'm here for the men.
You're not here for those kind of men because you're a different kind of man. So I'm not excluding you because I remember the episodes with your train and all of that stuff, and we're not going there right now. But what I'm saying is, this is how men. Some men, let me not say all men because I would never say all men.
You see how
but
she
some
just
men,
tarnished me? She said like this is.
but that was in your past life. You in a new life right now, or you not? Or you still doing the same thing?
No, I'm not.
You still running trains on women and stuff like that?
Wait, whoa!
Because you like that. I mean,
whoa.
All right, so
Hold on.
so this is how men date women. They don't tell them that they're married. They don't tell them that they're in a relationship. They get you. I'm not saying all men. I'm saying some men. So let's not get it twisted. So don't come after me. Don't choke me. Don't do nothing. Some men will bait women by not telling them that they're married or they're in a relationship because they're greedy and they want their cake and they want to eat it too. So with that being said, now the woman gets into this relationship with this man, and now you feeling him, you falling for him. Now you think that this is your man when you don't even know that he's community work.
What?
So he's community work because if a man is going to cheat on his wife with you, he's going to cheat on you with his wife. He's going not with his wife, with somebody else. The men nowadays, one woman is not enough for them. They need 3 and 4 and 5 of them. So now you got this one woman, she's feeling you and she's into you or whatever. And then because you've lied and said you was, or not that you didn't say, not that you say you wasn't, but you was, but you didn't let her know that you were in a marriage, right? So now y'all in this relationship together.
But can I say something?
No.
Let me say something. This is why we said this is the part 2. What's the last straw? Men can only move on when they have a side piece in place.
So we didn't get to that. We didn't get to that yet. So we're getting to that right now. So you have this woman now that she's in love with this man because he lied and told her she was the only one. Now she finds out that he is married and that she's not the girl or the woman, she is the side piece. And sometimes, yes, knowing that we are the side piece, sometimes women, you accept that because now it's too late. You're already in love with this person. It's never too late. Let me rephrase that. It's never too late. But because you already invested your time and your love and your hard work into this man that you didn't even know was married, sometimes it's a little difficult for you to just walk away just like that once you find out. Yes, you get mad and stuff like that. Should we walk away as soon as we find out? Yes, we should. But your heart is something different. It plays a different part in the whole scenario. So that's what happens. That's how you become being side piece. Some women are happy with being side pieces because some of them feel like, you know what? I'm the other woman. I can do what I want to do. I can go and come as I please. If I want to see and date people, I can date people too. He can't say nothing to me because he got a whole wife at home. But sometimes you have those men that have a whole wife at home and you as a side piece, and he has a side piece with a side piece with a side piece and a side piece. Those are the men that don't take accountability for their actions. Those are the men that lie. Those are the men that are not truthful. Those are the men that make women want to think that there's no good men in this whole world because of them, because they can't be honest. If you be honest and let me know what it is, if it is what it is, let me be the judge of how I want to 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 handle that situation. You don't put people in situations that they know nothing about. We're not talking about the men that keep it real. We're talking about the liars, the men who lie and cheat for no reason. Like we said, what is the reason for a man cheating? If you got a good wife at home and she's doing everything that she's supposed to do, she take care of the kids if you got kids. She cooks, she cleans, she makes sure you got everything that you need. She have sex with you, she suck, pluck, and all of that stuff with you. And you still go out there and cheat. What's the reason for that? What's the reason behind that? You don't
I
have an
can't, I
answer.
can't, I can't
Of
say
course you
for, I
can't.
can't say for like, but certain, certain
What was that?
situations.
The feet, because her feet was ugly. Are you kidding me?
But he wasn't with her. See, my whole thing is that's the first time they met up. Okay, but not all men move on because they have a significant other. Some men move on because of a place where they want they want peace. Like I
Okay,
said,
we're not talking about
I
that.
understand, but
What we talking
cheating,
about,
but cheating. My whole thing, cheating is a choice.
it's always a
A
choice.
choice. But I'm saying what? But my whole thing is, as long as how long y'all into it, and you understand what the situations, it's also a choice. You gotta stay or you can leave.
Absolutely.
I'm
And
saying,
everybody has a choice.
but I'm
But
saying
my thing is
not
this.
all men. No, I'm
My
saying
thing is this. If
maybe
you're
men.
in a
Some
relationship that's based on lies, because the man, because you can be a single one. Let me use myself as an example. I'm a single woman, right? I don't have nobody. I don't have nobody to answer to, no nothing. I meet a guy. He's feeling me. I'm feeling him. We start dating, right? We're dating for months and months and months and months, and the months turn into years, right? And then I find out that he's married. You didn't tell me that you was married. Why didn't you tell me you was married in the beginning and let me choose whether I wanted to be in that situation? That's because you wanted your cake and you wanted to eat it too. You wanted what you had at home. But if what you had at home is so great and you don't want to mess up what you got at home and you don't want to mess up what you got with me because I'm only the side piece, I'm not the wife. Why bother?
What is your opinion, Wiz?
Yeah,
Do you
because you're
think
not.
the real reason why men do that?
I can't.
Just
I can
your
only.
opinion,
My
because you.
opinion is some situations is they probably not happy at home,
But
or
why wouldn't you not be happy at home if everything at home is in place? You
why?
have
How you
things,
say it as
everything.
how you can say it is in place.
Okay, because you have some women that take care of their household.
But
They
how?
take
Just because
so
like
it
this, you can still be neglected in other ways.
like what? It
I'm saying
what?
some women could be neglected for the household, the kids, and all that, but still
But that's not
neglect.
what we're saying. What we're saying, if you have a wife at home that's A on her game with all of that,
But how?
you
Okay.
still
But
have
how do
men
you
that
know?
cheat.
How do you know if she's
We
on the
don't
A
know
game?
because
And how you
they're
know?
not going to tell the
My whole
truth.
thing. Maybe it's a situation they went this apart this way.
How?
I
Why?
mean, probably
If
because
you
of the.
married this person because this person is your soulmate, or you feel that that's your soulmate, and you took the
A lot of
time out,
times people don't. I'm saying sometimes
so
you can marry somebody and they still won't be your soulmate until you won't find your soulmate until years later. Sometimes you just won't be having because it's something. It's something. It seems like something that works real good between each other, and it seems like it's happiness and all that. But something is also missing between both of you. Something is not clicking.
so my thing is this: if something is missing, right? Why not address that?
Listen, now read these comments. Read these
You
comments.
read them. I can't see.
Never miss a comment. Okay. My boy, that's right. I may
Thank you,
try.
Will.
I'm saying I may try that law suit. He might try that. Honestly, is that the highest form of intimacy? Women want to know the truth. Let them decide if they want to the situation in their lives. All men move on because they have something waiting on them.
Absolutely, and
Not
that's what
all the
I.
time.
And,
Not
and
all
no,
the
we're not going
time.
to say all men.
Not
We're
all
going to
men.
say a lot of men do that because they have something on the side. They men cheat. So you mean to tell me that you're a man, right? And you're married, right? And you decide. And but here's my thing: they hardly ever decide. You know what? This is not working out for me. I'm gonna leave, and we're gonna go our separate ways. Okay, we do all of that, but you already in another whole
But
relationship.
how you know it's like this? Maybe they're not.
You see,
Not
because you're
all.
saying maybe,
Not. I'm
because you're
saying
saying maybe. That's how
how
we
you
know.
know a woman
Because
because
maybe we
sometimes
know. And wait,
it's other angles too. Women cheat too.
of
Sometimes
course, we're not
so like
saying
this.
we're not saying that they don't
They'll
because they
cheat.
do.
I mean,
And
basically,
women cheat better than men.
yeah.
Some women cheat better than men. But it's harder for a women to cheat. You
One
know
woman
why?
told
Because
me
women
for
get
she
too
was
emotionally
she
involved.
and one said that she didn't feel that her man was not that emotionally connected to her.
Oh,
And why? What was he
Yeah.
doing?
Maybe I mean maybe he
Don't say
go.
maybe.
I don't know. I'm not in their lives, but that's what she was saying.
Chances are he was probably cheating.
No,
but you know
my whole
what?
thing is
There is such a thing as some men not uh being emotionless.
I know
Like
they
they don't
or
emotion.
have no, they don't know how, they can't relate.
exactly, and they don't. I mean, sometimes they can't read y'all and see. Come on, y'all can be in the okay. It's just like being in the same household as a child, right? One child sees something different than the other child, and they pick up. The same thing in the marriage. Sometimes you think that you're in there. Some things. Sometimes you get tired of just telling us the same thing. So you're like, you're just gonna settle and that's not gonna settle. And maybe you'll get tired of that. Maybe your work husband is more attentive to you. Maybe does stuff by stuff. The work husband always 9 out of 10. The work husband is the person who's trying to try to steal your way back, your actual husband. A lot of times, a lot of times. Some of it could be genuine friends. Yeah, because you could be genuine friends with somebody. Yes, but sometimes it just falls into that y'all might have a bond that y'all can blossom. Because I'm saying what you're saying. Oh, that's my friend. When you're saying you're in love with somebody, that's my best friend. That's my lover. That's my compagnon. All that. So I mean, a lot of times it's a rose that it's a flower that grows, and sometimes it spreads out that your husband don't. I mean, doesn't see you like the other man because he could put.
So let me ask you, the young lady who told you that, did she say that, I don't know if she went this far, but with them being intimate, was he affectionate? when they were intimate, or because a lot of times when that happens, I don't think men even know how to be when you're with a woman,
But
and that's messed up. That creates a problem.
but it's not all about
With
that. The intimacy can start at home as just watching the movie, rubbing her back, rubbing little stuff. Hey, I thought
but
about
if
you.
you're not emotional, if you don't have with women, because we're emotional, we need a certain type of connection. So, and if we don't get that from a man, I think we feel like he don't understand me.
And that's the first thing you'll say. He don't
He
understand.
don't
He doesn't
understand.
get it.
He doesn't get it. Right, right.
He doesn't
And
get it.
sometimes there are some men that don't get it because, like you said, they're emotionalists. They don't have.
They're such logical thinkers. And the thing about it is nothing wrong with you being a logical thinker. But when you're dealing with your mate, you can't always be a you can't everything can't be based on your logical thinking. You
Because
have to have other understanding besides just being logical.
you have some men that think, okay, I went out there, I stayed out all night with my friends, and we was at the bar, whatever. He may not have been cheating, but he passed the curfew, the respectful
Yeah,
curfew,
don't let the sun
and
beat you home.
and he came home after that, right? But you have those men, that small-minded thinking men that think, you know what, I'm gonna take her some flowers, or I'm gonna dick her down, I'm gonna fuck her good, and she's gonna forgive me. That's not logically thinking. Logically thinking is, don't do it if you don't want it done to you.
Oh yeah, that's the main stuff. But sometimes
I think a man that has multiple partners and he's just sticking and moving everyone and just you know there is no feelings. There's no connection with any of them women
you said
because
that
he
major word, major word.
what
Some men, sometimes some men might feel that they don't feel a partnership in the relationship. Maybe they listen to their
I
moms,
think nurturing, but that
the
starts from
moms.
there.
No, but it starts with moms, their friends. Like before you making decisions about anything in the household. Well, I spoke to my mom, or I spoke to Gail, and she told me this.
But I don't see. I'm
So
one of
that's a
those
lot.
people that don't think that you should invite other people into
Yeah,
your
that
relationship, because
exactly. That
all
is you. Like you just
relationship is
said, me.
different.
That is you. But a lot of times, sometimes that happens.
I think it comes from the upbringing,
Yeah, it comes from
it
upbringing.
comes from the upbringing. And if you're in a household and the man is not affectionate toward certain things, like for instance, me being a woman and me having my son at home, it's my responsibility as his mother to school him on certain things when it pertains to a female and certain relationships. I have to teach him that. He doesn't just automatically know that. Some people come up in a household, they're not affectionate at all. They don't get hugs. They don't know how to be. So, like I said, a man who sleeps around and has multiple women, and it's so easy for them to do that. He has no connection with any of them women
All he has is a
because
bunch of lies.
all he has is what's between his legs. He do not connect. He only connects with them in the physical aspect, and that's it. That's why it's easy for him to just walk away. That's why it's easy for him to just move on to the next from one. There's no. I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly, but they don't have a connection. There is none.
But I say this. To me, it's like us. You gotta understand. It's a lot. It's a lot to this move on to another relationship because once you gotta think in your heart, is this the person that's going to stay? The only person that did that was Charles, King Charles, Camilla.
Well, he was always with her.
Yeah,
But the problem, the situation with them,
that was
she
his
was
first
the
love.
ride or die, but she couldn't have kids. That's why Diana came along, and that's why he married Diana and got those kids. And then when Diana died, he didn't marry her. He cheated with her and kept her in the cabin over there, but he didn't bring her out in the public until after Diana died.
But that was his first choice. That's his first thing.
Of
That's what he
course.
wanted to be like that. See,
So
my whole thing is he didn't have. See, my whole thing is Diane was. she was just a useful spot for him.
She was the side piece to give him kids, right?
Kids. Yeah, give him kids.
Because the
I pay
other
you
lady
off. I mean,
couldn't give
think
him
about it.
kids.
It's basically like I rent you to have my two kids, so I can have my heir. You know, so my son, I mean, my brother won't have to take over that castle just in case I die. You know,
Well, his brother,
well,
that's
his
a,
brother,
that's
I'm
yeah.
saying, but I'm just
His
saying.
brother's a
But I'm
goofball.
just saying, but it goes by the family tree. Like him, and then his first son will be if Charles died, his first son will
Yeah,
be
became.
like that. That's what it's all about.
But we know about that. But
But
let's.
it's still. But I'm saying, my whole thing is sometimes maybe it's not a connection yet.
I mean, I
And
get
he has
that.
to, and I understand. Maybe he has to be honest with his wife or his girlfriend if it's not a case. But sometimes men lie because the truth, the lie is better than the truth.
See, my whole thing, right, is I think that men and women both, we all cheat, right? I'm gonna say we all cheat because it's not that.
Like when you said
No,
it like that,
no,
she
no,
was
no.
gunning for me and gay. To like,
No, we all
yo,
do because I'm like I've always been transparent when we have these topics, and yes, I've been in relationships where I cheated, and yes, I've been in
and why
relationships
you
where
cheated?
why I cheated because they weren't holding up the bargain.
And what was the bargain?
The bargain was don't cheat. So if you
Oh,
cheat,
you
I'ma cheat. I only
okay?
cheated because you cheated.
So you never. Oh, so you cheated. You cheated to get your
Revenge porn.
the lick back.
Yeah, it was like revenge
I
porn.
think they say most women do that. They cheat because not they really want to, but because they feel like that's a way of getting back.
But you, I mean, and I mean, and I'm saying, your, I mean, that breaks a man's emotions down when you find out your cheating.
Oh well, what about
But what?
us?
Yeah. What
No,
about
I'm
when
not
you?
saying this feeling that. I'm not saying. I'm not saying.
Because
See, it's not
when you
about
would
you.
when
I'm
you
taking out the picture. Y'all saying all this about men. I'm saying when you find out, you devastated. You're
yeah.
crushed.
But why would you be crushed when the reason why I cheated was because you cheated?
But everything is a lick back. Everything is a lick back.
No, that's not everything. But what I'm saying is use that same energy. You know what? Because there's some men that cheat, and when they get caught cheating, they're disrespectful with it. Not only are they
You know why,
disrespectful,
right?
they did
Why?
because they got caught.
Not
Why?
only that, because they detach from a relationship. When a man
Okay.
cheats, okay, but what y'all always say,
No,
y'all can tell when a man cheats because he starts acting funny, his movements and all that.
yeah, because he can't no
He's
longer
colder.
because when you start figuring this shit out, they can no longer keep up the lies, so they get uncomfortable with telling
Not
the
only
lies.
that,
So
no, but
sometimes they
before the
take it
lie,
out on the person that's closer to them.
before the lie, he's like, I knew he's moving from me because like this, because he's doing
So
this.
why not leave?
And sometimes I'm saying it's be a stable stability.
No,
Well,
be
no.
stable. And
They
then soon
say
as you're
the
ready to
reason why.
move on, you move on to the next chick and you move out of here, you move on and
Wait,
move
they
in there.
say the reason why they don't leave is because it's cheaper to keep her. But to me, I feel like you should walk away.
Uh,
I think you should leave.
Well, it's only cheaper to
Separate-
keep her
separate.
when
and all
you're
that.
married. If you're not married to this person, then why not just like why you don't just go about your business?
Well, like I agree, it could be the kids sometimes, but
Yeah,
that's not
Let's
the best way.
let's
To
keep
resource,
say
because
house, so much things you have to put in
there's so many situations where people don't have kids, they don't have houses together, they don't have anything together. All they have is
pension,
time invested.
pension.
No, it has nothing to do with it.
But
But you can't get my
no, but I'm
pension if
just
we're not married.
no, I'm just saying like that. But I'm just saying you said because you said married.
No, I said, what about the situations where there's no marriage, there's no kids, there's nothing to hold you there, but you still would cheat and still
Maybe
stay
because he
there?
don't want her to go to someone else. Maybe it could be a
That's
thing.
selfishness.
But
You see, this is
both of y'all. I mean, a woman. I see women do that too. He's not going nowhere. He's going to always stay with me. I don't care. I'm going to make this work. I'm not. How many? I mean, how many times you heard a woman? I'm not leaving him for you.
I
oh yeah,
don't.
women do say that.
You know what I'm saying? Come on. Women cheat for, I mean,
Because it's easier.
sometimes it's easier, and sometimes it don't remain mostly trash. When you're cheating a safe way, like, he's a safe name. I'm saying, or your dates, I mean, or you'll go back to a guy that you usually had sex with before, prior to him. Listen, it makes it
But a lot
easier.
of time,
Back then, moving it so it
women,
keeps your body count low.
I think no, don't because
Sometimes it keeps your body count low.
I think
like that.
women cheat because the man stopped doing what he was supposed to do. Lack of communication. He out there doing what he want to do, sleeping with who he want to sleep with, and eventually, you come to the realization that he out there doing whatever he want to do. So why am I staying committed to a relationship that's not committed to me? That's when women cheat.
Okay,
Because you don't wake up in the morning and be like, you know what,
Marley.
this dude is so good to me, I'm going to cheat on him.
Marley.
Well,
She knew that he had all these kids outside the map. Even to his dying that she flew all the kids to be there on his Bob Marley's dying day. Alright? That's unconditional love. That's something, I mean, my whole thing is.
But when they died, they weren't together.
I mean, true. They was, I mean, what? They was, she was still in the house. He was going back and forth to get treatments and all that.
I don't think they were together.
I think they was.
Oh.
Well, my whole thing, but still, she made sure. But she wasn't leaving that because she knew everything would be in her. But she still made sure that his other kids was good. You know what I'm saying?
Well, maybe
Maybe
she smoked so much. She smoked so much weed. She smoked so much weed. She didn't know what the hell she was doing.
Towards the end, that's when she really left. I'm saying, he said to her to get some ice cream.
Well, I think their generation is entirely different because we can't even compare what they went through.
That's another thing.
They handle things entirely different from
back in the days. Yeah. They accepted it more when the man brought home a child. It broke them on it, but they stayed. They didn't leave.
Yeah, that's the problem right there. They stayed and and some women in cases raised their other kids.
But you can't afford. I mean, you can't really afford. We don't know what these men go through.
Oh my God! What do you go through?
To me, Wiz, guess what? Then you shouldn't get married. Exactly. I think people marry,
but sometimes it's already there.
Yeah, married for the wrong reasons. I don't feel like they're ready to get married.
Maybe it was.
It's a lot of things.
I'm saying, like this. Oh,
you marry somebody just to fuck up their life later on.
She like to eat off my plate. You got tired of eating off the plate.
If you're in a relationship with someone and you're not married and you feel like you want to venture out, then you need to have that conversation with that person and let them know, listen, I'm seeing other people. I need you. You gotta be upfront. I'm seeing other people,
and that's the problem that we get at. We get at the men that we're not saying. I'm never gonna say all men. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of men are decent men out here. I'm talking about the men that's not decent. That's not gonna take accountability for destroying women's life. Because you have some men that actually destroy these women. They break them down because of their lies, deceit, and all the other shit that comes in between. You telling these women that you're not married or you telling them you're not with nobody when you damn well know that you got 4 or 5 side pieces. And I'm not because a lot of men got 4
or 5. Why
you gotta
say 4 or 5 numbers? Why it can't be this like maybe I'm like
no, we're not even talking about the ones that are married. Because once you find out that a man is married and you decide to stay with him, whatever heartbreak you get, that's what you get.
Also, I feel if you're a single man, maybe, because let's be honest, some single men feel like, you know what? I'm a date. I don't want to be tied down to anyone.
And they'll tell you that. A lot of men will tell you that.
Then I feel like that's what you should say to a woman. It's not just about you I'm a single man. I don't want to be tied down.
It's
can't be.
that.
And
That's what you
maybe
should.
things, and sometimes you'll miss the sign. And maybe y'all hear what you feel what it is, you perceive and see something that's not. If he had to be like with different woman or woman, I mean, women, I wouldn't say men, I mean, he ain't
Yeah,
different.
well, some of
But
them be with
say,
them too.
I'm saying different women and all that, and everything. Cause I'm saying it's too much to me. That's a job. Dealing with
It's
one
I
woman,
I think it's a lot of
this
work.
is a job.
It's
How
not
you
like
can
it's
how
too
you
much
can
work.
keep
Dealing
how
with,
do you keep up? I just
yeah.
want to know how do they keep up
Yes.
with
Like because it's different. Because a woman sometimes you have to you have to feed feed the energy. I'm saying there has to be something there that keeps them rubbing, like this time. Because once if you don't spend enough time, that you don't spend no time. I'm saying I never see when you gonna come over and come to where we gonna go out. My whole thing that's another thing going out. You can't go if you're dealing with 5 or 6 women. You gotta be particular where you're going.
yeah, no,
But
but a
then you
lot of them
have
don't think that. They
they
still
shit.
just go
They
right
still
out. They
do
don't
that
care.
shit.
No, but I'm just saying it's true. But
I mean,
sometimes
you're right. You're right.
like
Because
that,
if
it's too much
you,
energy.
but my thing is this:
And you gotta have
if
a
you're
shitload of
dating,
money.
if you dating a woman, you know where she's going and where she's not going.
Because these women wants to be taken out. I want my nails done, my hair done. I'm saying,
But
woman
my
wants.
thing is this: if you're dealing with a woman, right? Say you're dealing with a woman that has her own place, so she's holding it down. She got her own rent, she got her own bills or whatever. You, as her man, you don't think it's okay for you to say, "Here, babe, go get your hair and nails done,"
No,
without her even have to ask you
yeah,
for it?
no.
This is,
But this,
you know what? It's just a different breed out here now. I don't know. That's how I see it.
That's
It's a
supposed to
I'm
be.
different
glad you
breed.
got
That's
out of it because
what
you was bad, with the
my
gold
my.
train and the
Oh
runaway
my god!
train and
But I'm just saying with my ex, there's stuff like that. I mean I spoiled her, and she'll tell you to this day that I spoiled her. Even though she's with someone else, he tells her no. She always tell me she tells him no. Whereas if I saw the new Uggs come out, right,
Mhm.
and I know her size,
Mhm.
I bring it home.
Mhm.
Like stuff like that. So
see
stuff
you
like
changed. You used to be somebody else, but
I was,
you a new man now.
but being I was doing my whole thing is I wasn't in a relationship when I was wild and all that, and it was
Yeah,
my whole
but
thing.
that's what
But
changed
my
you.
whole thing,
You
but
wilded out enough.
and
You
then
don't gotta be like that no more.
but I was never like of
I
somebody
mean,
would say a piece of shit. Or he
you
or
was
she
running
was.
trains on women,
What, hold on. It was a consensual thing. So my
but you
whole
still was doing it
they
though.
were like, oh my god.
Was you
So
not
I
doing
don't
it?
see I can never run with a man. Shit.
You bet.
God
Well,
damn.
shit,
You
you
the
probably
team?
could.
I'm like, I can't now. I'm like, yo, you
But
know,
anyway,
I'm gonna have to.
thank you guys for
Yes.
coming through and we're just having this little
Shit
chit
starter.
chat. Having this little chit chat, it's
You
been a
see,
minute. I'm
yo,
trying to
you
get
after
back into
I built myself up, and then you just like mess me up like the
No,
train. Like,
you still a good
the
guy. You
train
my
on the.
brother. I love you. I know you're a good guy. So
No,
whoever
I'm
But
you
being
but
honest.
but
with
the
No,
is
whole thing about it is, it's nothing wrong with a man being a certain age and out there, and I'm gonna say like you feeling your old. But once you make the decision, as you get a certain age and you decide that you want to start dating and really being with women, to me the key factor is just be honest.
women's kill people.
Just be honest.
Women's kill men.
yeah. But
Break
see,
cars and
what
all
And
that.
that
remember,
and
we outnumber them, so they got
No time.
we
We don't
women
have time for
outnumber
that.
men, so they can
Slash
have
tires
four,
and all
five.
that.
We outnumber them.
People breaking the cars, and then the first thing they be like saying is, "So, so what chick you screwed over?"
yeah,
That's
because
the
that's
first thing.
usually that's oh excuse me, that's usually certain situations. Women get bitter and they can't get you, so they're gonna destroy your property. I think that's just the
That's
best thing
petty.
and the easiest thing that you can do is just walk away from a situation that you're no longer happy in. If you're not happy with the situation or with someone, you should walk away. Don't cheat on them, don't break their heart. Walk away as friends, not enemies. Because
Walk
when you stay in a
on by.
relationship and you don't want to be there, you tend to break that person down. And when you break a person down, eventually they're gonna hate you. So the best thing for any relationship, if you feel that you cannot make it in a relationship, y'all have a sit down conversation. Let that person know this is no longer working for me. It might be working for you, but
But
it's not
some
about.
guys do tell that, and then your woman,
No.
Women don't listen.
Well, mature women would listen.
Not all women, because you gotta remember, they feel like I built this. We built this life together. You're not going. The only way you're going to leave me is my death.
Yeah, that's crazy. But
So women sound like this. I'm like,
I'm
what
not
the
built that
fuck?
I'm not built that tough because I'm not gonna kill somebody and
No,
take
I'm not
their
saying
life.
like this, but they gonna take whatever it is. As long as you ain't bringing home a disease or anything.
No.
Nah, I'm
Like,
good.
I'm just saying.
I'm
Some
cut.
women like
I'm
this,
cut
some
from a
like
different
that.
kente cloth.
Yeah.
I might put up with your bullshit for a while. That's done. I'm
See,
done with it. There, everybody
you
has
gotta
their
look
own
at
breaking point.
you gotta look at it as the first one. As soon as you
Yeah,
leave,
true indeed. But you know what? The heart
sometimes-
loves with
yeah,
love.
exactly.
There's
It's
no
same.
way. But when you see that a person is bringing you down and tearing you apart, you gotta walk away
Another
from
thing,
that.
like I said, in reference to the emotional part, because a lot of men are not emotional. You know, they're not emotional. They're logical. We're the emotional creatures. So just imagine, what's messed up is that how you can be with a man and you connect with him so well. You feel like you connect with him so well,
But he's so detached from you.
and he ain't connecting with you at all, and you don't even know that. That's what I mean about. There's a lot of men out here that exist like that. They have no no connection. They're ice cold. They give you the impression that they bonding with you, but they're not.
Anybody can read a book.
They're not at all. They're cold as ice.
Anybody can read a book on how to manipulate people. But not all men are like that. So let's be clear. Not all men are like that. Some men
The name of the show. Let's be clear.
Some men are
Get behind the
definitely worth.
line. Get behind any lies.
Enemy on-
That's it. It's
Get behind any lies because they want to be less clear. Anyway, all men are not cheaters.
no, that's not what we're saying. We're not talking about all men. We're talking about the ones that do. And women cheat too. Women
That's
cheat,
right.
like I said earlier in the broadcast. Women cheat better
Yeah, because we don't catch on. You know when we were talking?
because
Tyler Perry taught me. You gotta watch a woman how she changed. I always say she drives.
you have some women, right? And I think I mentioned this one time before. You a woman can have sex with a man in the morning, and then her man can come later on in the afternoon and have sex with her, and they will never know.
See, we come home and go to sleep.
They will never know.
So we come home and go to sleep.
But anyway, like I was saying, we just wanted to pop up
She
here
had
and
two
give
men in
y'all.
one night. We had one woman. See, that's what I'm saying. It's too much energy. It's too much
Some
energy.
men they have sex with 3, 4 women a day. Get out of here.
I'm saying,
Break out.
come on.
Break out.
See, she always.
Anywho,
You see how she said the extra she only said two men, her husband and the side piece. Us, we have to have three side pieces. That's too much energy. Come on.
well, some of
And the
y'all
first
have
day,
that
the first
energy.
day was like, who you been sexing with? Because you wasn't lasting this long. Yeah.
Yo, Wiz is crazy. But anyway,
Gotta go home and let her smell the boxes and all that. Look, I wasn't doing
no, that's too much energy. I'm not going through all of that. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna cheat, go ahead, do that. But I'm not sniffing no boxes. I'm not checking no phones. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not with none of that. Whatever you do, because they say whatever's done in the dark is always gonna come to light. So eventually, the tale will tell on itself.
So have sex with the lights on.
Yo, Gay, come get your boy. He wildin'. He said,
turn that light fluorescent. I said, maybe you could put that light on and have it shine on you. Right.
shine a light on him.
Shine a light on.
Hey.
I'm saying that's how it is. I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't please If you having sex, if you out with your side dude right now, please don't come home and let your man eat the box. That's very nasty. All right. You know,
But
that's
you
very
can come
nasty.
home and stick your penis in me after you stuck it in somebody else.
We're going to sleep. We just said we're going to sleep. It's too much energy. You know what I'm saying? Too much energy.
Yeah, but what if
First,
wait, what if you come home and she wants some? What you gonna do now? No, no, like what you gonna do? How you gonna what you
How
supposed
you
to
going to
do?
finagle that?
How you
Because
gonna do that? Yeah.
first of all, if you're going to go out and cheat, don't come in smelling like another woman. I don't give a fuck if you smell like cheap hotel soap. Take a shower before you bring your ass in my
no, no.
house.
See, that's where they're gonna get you in trouble. You gonna go home and that's the first thing a woman to pee. This thing is
What?
coming home and tripping in the shower.
You better take the same body wash that you use at home and have it in your car or
I'm saying,
whatever, because you're not
listen,
gonna come home
no,
smelling like some woman
listen.
and don't expect to get bust
No.
upside the head.
A real man will go home, right, to the right and just have sex with a woman.
Wait a minute.
Because black men don't cheat.
In general, you coming in from being out all day, yes, you need to go take a shower.
Yeah, but first time, me,
In
no.
general,
I'm just
like
saying,
I
when
saw
she's saying that, I'm
you.
saying come home cheating and smashing. No, you want to
Well,
jump on the.
I'm just saying.
I'm saying,
He
listen.
said black men don't cheat.
Listen,
Who
if
cheat?
you out there
Who
cheating,
said that?
if you cheating out on
crazy
your woman
person.
right now, you coming home, right? Jump on the 2K. There's a lot of excuses. Oh, Madden, 2K, Call of Duty, whatever you do, play that until she falls asleep. Okay, then you jump in
That's
the
what is
shower.
it?
I'm just saying, cause
That's what you be
listen,
doing?
cause you listen to her, you jump in the shower, your ass is gonna get you an ass.
No, I didn't say jump in the shower. I said take a shower before you come home. If you're gonna cheat, take a shower before you take that same.
At her house,
I don't care who else you take
cause
it
what
at.
she doing right now, once you like this, she gonna be like, she be trying to see like.
You take a shower. You keep that body wash that you use at home. You keep it on you so that you don't have to come home smelling like somebody else's body
And
wash.
lotion, because you don't want to come home look like you just took a shower.
I
You ain't put no
listened to
lotion.
some radio station in the morning, and I think it was on one of the shows where the woman got in the car, the wife got in the car, and she found a little bag where the husband
Had a little overnight bag
yeah, he
with
had
his little.
boxes, the body wash and all that.
That's what you better do. You come home smelling
Condoms
like
in
another
there.
woman, you
I
get
say,
in
see, that's where
trouble.
you messed up. You don't have see. My whole thing is ever you don't listen. The condoms is not around. That's like you with Diddy with Baby Roll. That shit's never around you at all codes. That's dangerous, y'all. Please, if you was the whole thing, just go home to your wife. You know what I'm saying, love on her. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be miserable, be miserable. But one
He is
thing,
coming from a changed man.
but no, I didn't cheat. I did my thing.
I didn't say
never,
you cheated. No, I never said that.
cheated. I'm saying,
I'm talking about the runaway
but
train.
my see how what she do like this. She tried to mirror a black man for his past. See,
No,
I was,
I'm saying you're a
I
changed
I
man.
showed accountability. Yes, I did wild things.
Hmm.
God
Your name
for-
is Wild
look,
Wiz.
God
Wild Wiz.
forgave me when I had sex in the church. So,
Oh,
I mean, so,
wow.
you know,
All right, you don't have to tell everything. All
but
right.
I'm just saying, I told that story before.
Yeah,
Ooh.
he told that story.
But I'm accountable. God
Mm.
forgive me. You know what I'm saying?
In the church, huh?
Somebody,
Anyway.
somebody had to enjoy that offering.
Wow. All right, so we're gonna close out this show. Like I said, thank you guys for jumping on with me.
Kid, I love you. I'm saying, behind me live. We be back on the 19th. That's right. I'm saying.
Gate, get your boy because he's
That's
wild
right.
now.
You saw
Anyway,
that. I'm standing up on 10 toes on my boys.
we're gonna say goodnight for now. Till we meet again. Thank you guys for tuning in. Those who are tuned in, those who are sent out whatever their responses was. Thank you guys for being active in
Oh,
this
hold on.
chat.
Can I ask you one question before we get off? So when y'all have, when y'all have that extra joint and y'all come home to your man, do y'all run straight to the shower?
No, you take a shower wherever you at.
You don't
You
see
don't.
men.
You don't come home smelling like
Listen,
another
Because
person.
sometimes y'all, I notice in the morning y'all spray so much. So I want that same scent. I remember the scent.
I got a bag at work.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, so I want to hear that.
Anyway.
I'm at the job, yo. Show me that. No, we FaceTime like, yo. Let me see what you got at your desk.
That's a lot of energy wasted.
That's a lot of energy, but no, men peep that. We peep that. We ain't gonna say nothing. Oh, FaceTime, and we be looking like. So, babe, where that lotion you had on the other night that you said you put it on from the job?
That's insecurity.
It's not insecurity.
If you doing everything that you're supposed to do at home the right way, you don't have to worry about what kind of lotion she had on in the morning and what she smelling like at night.
You'll be like, let me tell you this thing that Carol did. So you know we ain't want to listen to she ain't talking about it. So that's how y'all get over it. So we go see.
Anyway, good night, y'all. Wiz got to go home because he's bugging out. Maybe he's a little sleepy.
She want to talk about Carol.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see y'all next time. Let's be clear.